Good evening and happy Tuesday. It is August 1st, 2023. Thank you for joining for this week's weekly snippet from my upcoming book, How's That Working for You When You Are Your Own Obstacle? So far, since we've started this journey, getting ready for the book being published, you've gotten to hear a little bit about what the book is as far as the overview of the book. You've also gotten to be introduced to two of the main characters, Blue and Dee Dee. So this month, I want to kind of take it to the next level, getting everybody really into what some of the topics of the book are. So tonight, I'm not reading anything from the book. I'm actually going to talk about one of the main themes of this book. Of course, it's on the title, is obstacles. And with obstacles, with it, we could talk about the formal definition, which the formal definition, from Merriam-Webster dictionary says a thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress. And you have synonyms such as barriers, hurdles, stumbling blocks, bars, blocks, impediments, hindrances, snags, catch, drawback, hitch, handicap, deterrent, complication, difficulty, problem, disadvantage, balk, curb, check, stop, interference, obstruction, barricade, blockade. And then they have some other synonyms that are like, I don't even know if I would be using those synonyms in a sentence, because to me, obstacle, no matter what synonym you use, to me, obstacle, I can truly relate to, especially with these characters. And particularly when those obstacles are those things that is looking right back at you in the mirror. So with obstacles, with our characters in this book, their obstacles are personal and some of those obstacles are professional. You have those challenges, particularly, let's say, in the professional side. We'll talk about that a little bit first, of where you are focused, you have your purpose, you have your goal, and you're trying to work towards those purposes and goals. Then those obstacles come up of where you start doubting yourself, or you start to worry more about what other people are thinking about what you're doing or what you're going to do. And it causes you to not be able to take that purposeful action because you are being your obstacle because of this right here. You're getting in your way because of what's going on up here. And with it, everybody has different ways that they cope with it. Some people, they compartmentalize it, right? They, just like you have a box that you have for, let's say, your winter clothes. When it's time to put those winter clothes away, you put those winter clothes in the box, you put it on a shelf, you may not pull it out again until you need it. Sometimes with some of those obstacles that we impose on ourselves, sometimes those obstacles may be preventive obstacles to help us from doing too much, or doing too much at the wrong time, or going down the wrong path. But what about when we do need to pull those boxes back out of some things maybe that we did pause or we did stop, and we put that obstacle up, maybe intentionally, but then we know that we need to eventually deal with it, because sometimes those boxes we put away, especially after we start stacking them up, packing them up, and then you got a whole bunch of boxes of things that are now obstacles because you haven't dealt with them. And they end up coming out at times when you don't expect it, times when you didn't need it, and then you have to actually deal with it. So those obstacles, it's where with these two characters in the book, you all will get to read and learn just some of the insight into their particular obstacles, particularly when compartmentalizing, putting stuff away, and not dealing with things where that came back, and they had to deal with those. And sometimes that just made the journey that much longer, and the road, instead of it being a straight path, it having all these twists and turns because, oh, I don't want to deal with that right now, so I'm going to pack that away. but then now I have to deal with it because it's right in front of me, right? So I'm interested to hear some of y'all comments on how in your own life, if you feel like sharing, or just even in general, of how you have seen obstacles be part of your life. What do you look at as an obstacle? What do you call that? How do you get past that, especially when it's obstacles that have come about because of the things that you put away? You didn't get to deal with them, and then you have to deal with them in order for you to keep moving forward, to be productive, to be purposeful, to live a life with passion and fulfillment, you know? So I'm interested in your comments. And next week, we'll have a different topic or theme that comes from the book that I'll just talk about briefly. And with this, I really, for the month of August, want to get some of your insight into these particular themes and topics, because that's going to really help you when you meet these characters and you read about it in the book, for you to really tap into how this relates to you and how you can connect with it. Because this story, even though the characters are fictional, these are real topics that I'm dealing with in the book. These are real things. Some of the things are, pulled from maybe some things that have happened, and, just kind of delving into not so much the things or the people, but the topics, the lessons, the blessings, those testimonies, those tests, particularly when it comes to being your own obstacle and being able to move through that, push forward, and keep it moving. So thank y'all. I tried doing it live tonight, so that y'all could just get the real me, not reading, and not being my own obstacle, and just keeping it moving forward with getting this book out and getting y'all excited about this book. And I appreciate y'all, for joining me on this journey and being patient with me. Especially my friends, my family, those close to me in my bubble. I appreciate your encouragement, and I'm looking forward to continuing to, talk with y'all briefly once a week, because it keeps me on track, keeps me motivated, and keeps me from being my own obstacle in this life. So y'all have a good evening, have a blessed week, and we will see y'all next Tuesday for another weekly snippet about my upcoming book. How's that working for you when you are your own obstacle? I'm Demetria Cooper, and I'm not saying goodbye, but I'm saying bye for now, and see y'all next time. Good night.